Well, we are live again. It is catalog day. We actually just went through part one, which is just O scale. So like your high rail stuff. Now we are in part two. And right now for part two, we're actually going to be going through all the traditional O scale stuff. So this is all of your your ready to run sets. Your what this is definitely looking like this is a MTH tooling. Um but that's what we're going to go through for part two. So if you join us on part one, hopefully you are sticking around for part two. We had a great first 2 hours. Some of the comments that I got from my first time I did live was, "Will, I cannot believe you did 4 hours for catalog review." I'm like, I know, but they enjoyed it because I was super in depth with the review. The same thing I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to be very in depth because as a YouTuber, I think we owe that to each other in the hobby to be in depth, to answer questions. This hobby is all about fellowship, and it's free therapy. So when catalog day comes, it's a great time. So I see that we already have one viewer. So again, thank you guys and gals for celebrating catalog day with me. All right, Toby, we're back, and I saw your comment in the last video. You told me to wait out for the end of the catalog, so I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to it. All right. But yeah, hey, so happy catalog day. Let's just jump into part two, traditional O. All right. We are seeing Lionel's their Bluetooth app. I mentioned it in part one. This is a much needed app. If you don't have the legacy, command cab 2 system, which if you guys have seen, um, we have gone just exponentially more expensive when it comes to prices on the secondary market for those systems. And with the base 3 coming out, this is probably going to be, if you don't have access to cab 2, this is your only option is to actually use this system, in my opinion. And then universal remote. So this is a very um, simple way and kind of a beginner's way of being. So hold on. You can use this for legacy. So this is a very beginner's way, I would say, being able to operate the like legacy, like Cab 2 and stuff like that. If you start off with these awesome, uh, LionChief remotes, they're fantastic. Never had a problem with them. They're great. Okay, so for those who have not really dived into traditional, you do have your different tiers. When it comes to LionChief, you have your LionChief, your LionChief Plus, and then your LionChief 2.0. And I'm wondering when Lionel is going to be coming out. Like maybe we're like Apple and like iPhone related, where we have 3.0 and 3.5 and 4.0, and I don't know if we're ever going to get to that point, but who knows? So if you're curious to see what LionChief different stages are or different tiers, definitely take a look at this page on the catalog for sure. Oh, hey, hey! All right. Hold on, I might have to break out. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. It actually is right next there. Um, these are LionChief Berkshires, a classic Lionel post-war locomotive, 1946. The 726 locomotive returned, and it's returning as a LionChief 2.0 locomotive. All right. So, 1 second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get. Luckily, in my case right here, I do have a 726 that we can actually compare for comparison. All right, let's see. All right, before we do the comparison, we're just going to take a look at the different. Okay. Oh, hey, these are LionChief 2.0. They have command control equipped. That's great. Rail sounds, which the LionChief rail sounds are actually pretty amazing. For a introduction level locomotive into our hobby, they are making them very, very good. Um, in my opinion, this is a great feature as well. This Lionel voice control, fantastic. Like forward, crossing, coming into the station, departure. That's a great feature that they added. Fan driven smoke. electro rear coupler, power for maintenance-free motor, flickering firebox, which is a little bit different since the 1946, jeweled marker lights, and then 031 minimum curves. Okay, so taking a look at this 726, this is a very similar looking locomotive to what the and I'm going to try and kind of, well, I'll just kind of put it up here for comparison. Looking at the fronts, I think the only, well, no, that's a very similar looking locomotive. Boiler front, we see that the boiler front is a little bit of the same. This actually looks very similar. I think the biggest difference may be, I'm just making sure I'm getting a look at it, is this right here. This detail, or ooh, let me go back and zoom in. And as soon as it, it buffers and everything, or maybe not. Let's zoom back in. Okay, there we go. This the firebox is like a firebox gray, and then on the original 726. So this is an actual 726. That I think, I don't know what variation this is. This is not the earliest variation, but this is an original 726. This was not gray. This was all one color, but and then obviously, like in 1946, they didn't have the flickering firebox. They actually had your precision motor here in the back. But for someone who is into post-war, and also, and they're coming out with that cool tender too. Oh, what would be really neat for this locomotive is if they put a whistling, like a post-war whistle in this tender too. Maybe they might, maybe they won't. I don't know, but that's still really, really cool. If you're really into post-war, and let's say you operate post-war locomotives, I think you should get this locomotive, in my opinion. It's if you grew up on post-war, you love, the E unit sound, the real clickety clack of like tubular track with magnum traction wheels. But say if you want to be like a little quieter, you get this locomotive and you're now transporting yourself back in time, but in the future. So overall, you have an original 726 here with the 726 that's in now the new catalog. Overall, great product. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to put this one away back in the display case. But also taking a look at that tender, the tender looks like it matches as well. So Lionel, great job on that first product. Oh, and by the way, it's catalog day. I know I might not always look at trains. Oh wait, yes I do. Great T-shirt from my wife. Definitely one of my favorite train shirts. So American Railroads 759. So this is probably a callback onto nickel plate roads when they did the American Railroads scheme back in the cup. I don't know what year it was, but on their Berks. And then let's see what else we have. Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton. And then a Santa Fe 4106. Lionel, great job with these Berks. I think you're going to have a great success with your Lionel lines. It's my hope that you guys put an air whistle, very similar to how the post-war Lionels were in this. That's my hope as a consumer of the product. All right, now let's see. Let's see what these are. GP7s, and I think Toby, you put a GP7 goes great with the Rio Grande observation passenger car. Yes, the one that was in the training car in part 1. Yes, that would look really, really neat. Yes, that would look very, very cool. So you get the same features that we just talked about in the steam locomotive, but this instead of has a horn, this one has, or instead of whistle, this one has horn, diesel engine, and background sounds. And this is LionChief 2.0. So these are great products. And a little bit of significant price change when you have, so 700 for a Line Chief 2.0. So we have seen a price increase, but with the increase in price, we're seeing an increase in like the product, and then also possibly like features and just other things that Lionel's also coming out with. So 400 for these GP7s. Rio Grande looks beautiful. Aberdeen and Rockfish, that is pretty sharp. That kind of reminds me of the Florida Atlantic coastline looking ones, like with the blue. I know they came out with like red ones, but that kind of reminds me near like that area. All right, Matt's Conrail mainline. All right, let's see what you said. I passed up on getting a post-war Lionel anniversary set from 1950 last Saturday. It was in an antique mall in Decatur, Illinois. Ended up walking away with 2 Pendrags. Oh, okay. So what? Wait, are you saying like the 1950 2023 Union Pacific? Because that came with those two, Alco looking locomotives, and then the three 2400 passenger yellow cars. That's a 50th anniversary. That's an amazing set. And if that's something you're interested in, we're all friends in the hobby. We all have the thrill of the hunt. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know. Let people else in the hobby know. That's the great thing about our hobby. If someone's looking for something, it's just word of mouth. And yes, that's a set. Okay. Um, if that's a set that you're looking for, pass on that information. That's the great thing about our hobby. We help each other. If there's something that you're looking for, I'll be on the lookout for it. If there's something that I'm looking for, you guys will be on the lookout for it. Like we it's a fellowship. It's like we're all brothers and sisters in this hobby. So, if you're looking for the set, I'll try and find it, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, definitely seeing those at antique malls is pretty insane. And actually I'm going to say this, and I was going to say this in a YouTube short. I was actually in an antique mall where I'm currently living now, and I think it's still there. If you are looking for the MTH Norfolk and Southern Officer Car Special or the OCS Special, send me an email. I know somewhere who has it. And I know that those are really rare trains. If you're looking for that train, send me an email because I know where it is and I will help you get it if it's still there. You have the silver one with the gray 2023s. Yes. So those trains, those were just beautiful. I think the rarest variation of the 2023s is the yellow with the gray noses. Those ones I've seen on stouts and other auctions. Like they just get crazy expensive. But we're gonna kind of dial it back. You're getting me a post-war, which I love post-war. We're kind of dial us back into this. Unless 2023s are in this catalog, then you hinted at it. So Aberdeen and Rockfish. C&J, so Central New Jersey lines, 1522, and then that big old Rock Island. That just pops right off the screen, right? Okay, so if you saw MTHs, if you saw Lionel's catalog, Volume 1, you saw that Lionel got the rights, or not the rights, they purchased a lot of the tooling from MTH. This is an MTH tooling locomotive, and probably some of their passenger cars too. So 569, this is a normal LionChief locomotive. However, I'm going to highlight one feature that if this comes to Legacy, I think that this would be an amazing feature for Legacy locomotives. This one right here. For those who don't know what that feature is, that is a feature that you can actually talk into your LionChief Bluetooth remote, your phone, your iPad, whatever, and it'll actually broadcast your voice. If sometimes with Legacy, we don't necessarily get road specific, crew talk. I think that's a great feature that they should add in Legacy is the live feature, being able to broadcast like, Santa Fe 2926. This is locomotive to conductor, like conduct initial terminal brake test or something like that. You can make it your own, and that's another great feature on it. I think that Lionel needs to add that feature. So just wanted to highlight that for everybody. But overall, this is a good looking set. And if you saw in part one had a huge Great Northern set. So this is another great addition into the Great Northern. Whoa! Wow! I don't even know what to say. This just I thought that the Rock Island popped off my screen. This just hits you like a cartoon. This really does hit you. Um, yes, Adventures of the Lark. Yes, especially if you can save those clips and then play them in your locomotive. I think that I don't want to say Lionel's missing the mark. Lionel, if you do see this, I would just start adding them into your into the locomotive sound files. I don't know what. Again, I'm not a computer person. I don't know what it goes into. We're getting it with these LionChief locomotives. We should add them to the legacy because that would just make it like real and yours, and you can use your imagination. Like you pull into the station and you can conduct like tower comms with not yourself, but like just imagination. Like that would just make it amazing in my opinion. um I'm 45 minutes from Rock Island. I know loads of people that will want that Rock Island. Yes, Matt, I would highly recommend telling your friends about those other Conrail locomotives that were in part one. That one just Rock Island just hits you, right? It just bam. But this set really, really hits you. This one just is really insane. Um, by the way, just caught the last few minutes of part one. I'm shocked that Lionel bothered to bring back the. Yes, yes. Hey, Matt. Okay, thank you for confirming that. Can you please maybe do some research and see what year that came out? I know it was a TMCC locomotive. I just can't remember the year. If you can do some research and post that really quick, I'll post it out in the chat. But yes, I was in shock too. They were just beautiful locomotives with all that extra added details. Fantastic. Um, so Looney Tunes, and especially talking to Leapin' Larry. His line is called the Leapin' Larry's Looney Lines. Who knows? Maybe he'll add the Looney Tunes onto his layout. So we're getting the Acme Dynamite Factory, and I don't know if you guys have seen Lionel's cool, fireworks, um, like buildings with these cool fiber optic lights. They are pretty. 2007. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. 2007. So it's been a hot minute. Definitely been a hot minute. I used to have a copy, but mine got destroyed. So, oof. I'll get back to that in just one moment because I might have a solution, but it's a big investment, but it's a big solution. Um, this is going to be really really cool. So I'm wondering, it's a plug and play fiber optic LEDs, simulated fire, realistic sounds, smoke flow. Oh, it smokes. Oh, this is going to be really cool. If this is like, yeah, because this is blowing up and stuff like that. I'm wondering if they're going to include cool Looney Tunes sound effects, like because I see Wile E. Coyote right over here, and I mean this has to do something with like the Roadrunner Acme Dynamite barrels. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we're going to be. Oh, this is awesome. So straight out of the whimsical world of Looney Tunes, FT Wile E. Coyote. Yep, he comically got caught in front of the nose. This is a really, really cool set. For 529, I think this is very similar in my opinion to the Wonka train. This is just a whimsical set. And this is an all new product. This is going to be a great, great set. Especially if Lionel includes um, you know, some features from or not some features, but like some sound effects from the Looney Tunes. like the intro music, or Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck, or just any like dialogue, or if they even make the dialogue connected, like Bugs Bunny is like the engineer, and then Elmer Fudd is like the conductor, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you, Rabbit," or something like that. Something cool. Lionel, use your imagination. You have some smart, talented individuals over at Lionel at Concord, so you guys are gonna knock this one out of the park. I'm curious how that simulated fire will work. That looks promising if executed well. So, Lark, I recommend. I think it was either on Lionel's Facebook page or on their YouTube channel. They recently just did something like this, and it was very, very good, very, very executed, very well executed. Yeah, no Pepe Le Pew. So let's see. So we see Wile E. Coyote's on the front. We see Yosemite Sam. Hold on. Don't tell me yet. Oh man, is there Wile E. Coyote? Oh gosh, I think his name is called the Beast. Gosh, what is his name? Um, oh man, someone in the chat, you might have to help me out on this character. Oh, and when you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh, of course. Bugs Bunny, Lola Bunny, Tasmanian Devil, Elmer Fudd, Daffy Duck, and then that looks like the Martian's dog. But yeah, no Pepe Le Pew. But then you have Tweety Bird, and then the I forgot like what the grandma's name, and then Sylvester. Okay, this is a great looking set, fantastic. And then you have your Tasmanian Devil boxcars. So I'm guessing like as he goes through, it looks like Speedy gets off. There it is. Okay, I knew it was gonna just hit me like a ton of bricks, like just like Wile E. Coyote. Um, Speedy Gonzalez, and then his cousin was Slowpoke Rodriguez. That was a very funny episode. These are really, really cool. So Lionel, great job with these. This is gonna be a great set. Okay, so we're getting more Looney Tune cars. Looney Tunes hand car. That's awesome. These are really, really cool. Oh, so these are based off of real um episodes of the Looney Tunes. And I like what they're doing right here on the roof. This is actually really, really, I think it's beautiful. I like the way that this looks. I think this is going to be really sharp looking. Marvin's Martian, Marvin, Martian, I think only appeared in one episode, but no, Pepe Le Pew, Penelope, Pussycat. Yeah, some of those characters are not coming in. It would have been kind of interesting if they did a Space Jam, like because you had a ton of different characters from Space Jam in or like the rooster from uh or his name is Chicken Hawk, I think. Um, yeah, there's a couple of different people that were not in uh that train, but the main ones are there for sure. Devil, yeah. So these are based off of actual, Oh, hold on, that's funny. This is if you've not seen this episode, this is a very, very funny episode. And Lionel, great job on these. These are fun. These are really, really fun. All right, American history. Oh, Boston Tea Party. Oh, I was looking at this one because I was already kind of like fixated on it. I said, let's bury the hatchet, son. Foghorn Leghorn. There it is. I'm thinking Chicken Hawk from the new Looney Tunes. Like they came up with these crazy songs, and like one of the songs was called Chicken Hawk, which was very kind of like I was a kid, so I enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, he's good. Matt, you're good with these. You're good with these names. So Boston Tea Party. I'm obviously a big fan of Hamilton, so this is really, really cool. Um, this this is actually I'm actually going to get in touch with a lot of people about this car, and this is actually going to be really, not it's going to be symbolic, but this is actually going to mean a lot to people who are actually in the Battle of Mogadishu. I actually do know a lot of people who actually served with Ranger Regiment, and well, I know a lot of people that served in those units that were at this event, and actually, I've been able to see Super Six. I think it's Super 6-8 or Super 6-9, which is uh in it's not Fort Rucker now. It's uh gosh, what's the new installation? Fort Novercell. I've actually been able to see that Black Hawk helicopter, and I'm pretty sure it's Super 6-8. Let's see. I'm almost positive it is. Yes. So Super 6-8 is was one of the Black Hawk helicopters that was shot down during the Battle of Mogadishu. And if you don't know a little bit about that whole story, I definitely recommend seeing the movie, doing a little bit of education. But this is actually going to be really cool. Um, Irene code word for the launch of the mission, the ground extraction at Olympic Hotel. Yeah, so 75th Ranger Regiment, 160th SOAR. So you had your little birds that were there, Delta Force, 10th Mountain Division. I actually know a lot of people are going to oh, is it Super 6-4? Hold on. I'm don't know if it's Super 6-4. It might be no, I might okay. I might be wrong. My apologies. Um I might need to do some education myself. So Super 6-1, yes, hit by an RPG. Minutes later, Super 6-4 goes down as well. Okay. We have a Black Hawk down. Super 6-1 is down. This is going to be a very, very good boxcar, in my opinion. What's funny? For the Boston Tea Party, put Boston Anomaly reporting box. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, that would be funny. This is I kind of fixated on this one. This one's going to be a really, really great car. And I know a lot of people I'm going to tell about it. Okay, it's the 120th anniversary of the Wright brothers. That is insane. And I play quite a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So that's a really, really cool car. The Gettysburg Address, and it's the 160th anniversary of that. So anytime Lionel comes out with these American history cars, I think that they're fantastic. And they provide rich history in the form of a rail car. So, for example, like these pieces here, the Battle of Mogadishu, I am very confident once I tell the people that I know about these cars, they might get it for their office. Um, I mean, that's just they like their shelf pieces. They like looking at them. So great 2 pages here. Oh, whoa, hold on. What's this? We're getting into some weird territory. Oh, okay. Hold on. Lionel did this, and I think they unveiled this on the 1st of April Fools. Which, if you've not seen my video on, I crashed my Vision Line Big Boy video. I definitely recommend looking up that video on my YouTube channel. We all thought this was a joke, and then we found out Lionel wasn't kidding. They actually did a weather balloon, um, missile shoot down. Which this is. I'm not going to say it. What it's about, but that's one of those like if you know kind of things. But this is very, very funny. These are really, really cool. So 229, that's not bad for a good funny. So this is just like a normal flat car. Now this is interesting. Lionel is coming out, or they maybe have already had it with scented smoke fluid. And I thought, well, MTH came out with a couple, Lionel's came out with a couple, but I'm pretty sure I thought JT's Mega Steam was like the only one, like the big heavy hitter when it came to scented smoke. So you have unscented, log cabin, wood stove, sugar cookies, pine, hot chocolate, always smells good, peppermint, maple syrup, Winter Wonderland, which I'm going to have to talk to the missus about that for her Winter Wonderland Express. American Summer. Who knows? It might smell like Febreze. Happy birthday. If that smells like cake, I'm going to lose it. Vanilla bourbon and bay leaf and tobacco. Uh, Definitely living in Tennessee for a little bit. I know that smell for sure. All right. Oh, I wish this is just like a poster. I kind of want to. I want to make sure that if you want to train, you need to put this in like your letter to Santa Claus. Make this Christmas the best one yet with a Lionel train. Hands down, that's a great sentence because you can't have. Well, I don't want to say you can't because you can. You can't have, but in my opinion, you can't have a Christmas tree without a train around it. And there's something magical, and I wish I could transport myself back in the 50s, you know, opening up a post-war box and like the post-war, trains. I mean, one of my greatest memories was Christmas when I was a kid at my grandmother's house, and Santa Claus brought me a MTH Amtrak set, and it still to this day is the biggest present that anyone got. But there's nothing like unboxing a train for Christmas, and that's a great. I love that. That's awesome. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Is this what you were talking about, Toby? So for Friday, if you're watching this on Friday, a very, very cool video is going to be unveiled. And it's not, let's just say it has something to do with this, right? So I'll just leave it at that. But this is a very good product. So very, very cool. Lionel Control Systems, okay. Oh, hold on. Okay, so are we coming to the end? Oh, okay, we are coming to the end. Okay. So LCCA, I think the LCCA club is you got a comment from Matt. Let's see. Um my Christmas train right now is 1989 Rock Island 484 with string manual passenger cars. Absolutely. So underneath my tree, last year I think I had Catherine's Winter Wonderland Express uh with the uh lighted track underneath, and that just she loves that set. No, the weather balloon. That weather balloon is quite a funny gig. But yeah, hey, so I'm a member of the TCA, not a member yet of the LCCA, but I actually might. My good friend, my great friend Leap Larry, he's like, hey, you got to join, and especially with the LCCA coming to Concord, this is a great club to be a part of. Um, Printed, yeah. So this is just another, um, Oh, hey, a Strasbourg little. So they're doing a lot of Strasbourg stuff. Um, this is a really, really cool little trolley, and if you have a Strasbourg layout, you're probably going to want that Strasbourg trolley. National Train Day, December 2nd. Put in your calendars. National Lionel Train Day. Put it in your calendars. December 2nd, Saturday. Oh man, love it. Creating memories that last a lifetime. That is the truth. 9 years. Absolutely. Celebrate the magic of toy trains. Yes. So, big fan of the customer service. Anytime I've had an issue with Lionel, um, during our hours of operation, like, hi, I'm so and so from Lionel. How can I help you? They get an RA, or if they don't know, that will get me into contact with someone who does. Lionel's parts department. Um, if I get a locomotive that needs to have some parts, I just type in Lionel parts. I look up the the SKU, type that in, and then you have your parts breakdown. Great site. Lionel train table. If you have a son or a daughter or yourself in the hobby and you just want to have like a train table, this is a great product for it. Absolutely great product. And that is the end of the hobby, or not end of the hobby, end of the catalog. Woo! I was thinking of hobby instead of the word. Um, Hey, so let's just go up to the very, very front, right? So overall, 2023 Volume 2 catalog, another great success line out. Like this was a fantastic, fantastic catalog. I will be honest. I thought that we were gonna maybe get like a Trainworks. I think that's Cincinnati. I thought we were gonna get the that station. Let me see if that's Cincinnati Union Station. Pretty sure it is. Yes, so that's Cincinnati. For some reason, I thought that um, we were gonna get a Trainworks style Cincinnati Union Station, but that's okay. Maybe it just has something to do with the George Washington train. But overall, 2023, like this is it, guys. So number 2 catalog closes the book on 2023. So we had a great 2023 volume 1. Now we have volume 2. I think I could say for everyone, 2023 has been fantastic. Lionel just came out with some pictures of their Greenbrier in that awesome fantasy paint scheme. Lionel's listening to us. They're they're doing great for us, and I fully believe that 2024 is going to be even better. Um, and we still have some amazing products that are going to come out here. Um, uh, how he feels about there's a very long depressing story about oh yeah. I will say I do have some stories, Matt, about that too, and we can definitely talk offline about that for sure. But overall, I do think it's been a better increase, but I can share some stories as well. Um, but we still have some great products that are going to come out in 2023. The elusive number 90, Strasbourg 90. Where is it? Who knows? Um, that's one that's coming out. We have the Greenbrier that's going to be coming out. The Big Boy, definitely that was a great, great purchase. You have your Dreyfus Hudsons, the amazing, long-awaited Santa Fe Northern 2900. I'm definitely going to get 2926. So we have a lot to look forward to for 2023. But what that means now, so we close the book, we close we close this chapter right for 2023. Now I bet Lionel's already coming out with 2024. So again, I hope that you guys had a great time uh, joining me on Catalog Day. These are the best days, or some of the best days of the year, where we get to come together in this fellowship, this great hobby, and together we just get to take a look at this awesome catalog. And I hope that you guys had a great time going through this catalog with me. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and it really helps us out in this great channel. We, we go to train shows, we go to actual trains, we go to dinner trains, wine trains, stations. We're moving again, but we're moving to a place where there's a huge Union Station. That's later to come. We look at all different types of scales, ranging from Z gauge to live steam. I'm mainly an O scale guy, so you'll see a lot of O scale stuff. But was there ever any doubt you want to get? Yeah, Lark. I don't know if you did see the catalog reaction the last time. I was a meme, like looking like this. So yeah, of course I was going to get 2020 29 26. It was just an absolute must for sure. Um, let's see. Hold on. However, I would lose my mind. So I'm just going to look at some of these comments. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me and joining everyone else in this awesome catalog day. I want to hit these comments really quick. So Matt, that comment you meant about their service, I do agree, and then I do acknowledge though that Lionel they've heard us, they're improving, and I think that's the thing that I take into account is in my profession, like when we fail, it's not how we're not judged, but it's how we recover from those moments. And I think that Lionel is recovering very well. They're listening to the consumers, and they're improving when it comes to their overall service, in my opinion. However, I would lose my mind if Lionel brought back the MTH Premier line. Pittsburgh and Erie A2s. I would personally order one regardless. I need to have my A2 fix. I need to do some research on this really quick just to see. So MTH A2. A2. Oh, you're talking about the New York Central A2. That would be an insane locomotive. Wow. Yeah, no, if Lionel got okay. We have a couple minutes. I think so in this last catalog in 2023, MTH, sold off some dies and some castings to Atlas, Lionel. And they're still in operation. I had a feeling that they got the 2900 dies after I saw the 5011 class Santa Fe's. I would love to see, and I'm kind of hoping that Lionel did this, is that they actually purchased the tooling for the Blue Goose. I hope that they did that. And so we get to see a Lionel Blue Goose. Maybe it might be Vigilant or Brass Hybrid. Who knows? They also came out with a Santa Fe Hudson that I was a real huge fan of. But yeah, you're talking about the A2 Burke. What if Lionel purchased the unshrouded J from MTH? That would be insane. Um, and who knows? Maybe we'll see the J come out again in the catalog. I mean, we just saw the FEF just recently, and we might see the J in another catalog, but maybe it's unshrouded. And then you're still waiting on your BNSF -8. So I will say this, Lionel has some predictability when it comes to their sales and like their products. Um, I would say that sometimes waiting for it is just like it's kind of like the Jeopardy music's going on in your head, or you get like a product that you ordered, in a volume 2, but you're still waiting for that volume 1. Hint, hint, like with the 90. So I'll just say, like when it gets here, it makes it so much more worth it. But yeah, definitely waiting is like, oh, I'm waiting for this to come out. Um, I love the A2s. Oh, maybe I was talking about the wrong ones. Oh no, but they were the most powerful 284s ever built, and incidentally, one of the rarest locomotives next to the unstreamlined J. Yes, so MTH had some great products. I do think though some of the rarest locomotives right now, your unshrouded J, your which I think Sid and RBP did a video on those. Your New York Central Berks, which I think they both did that too. The Blue Goose. And there's a couple other ones that are really, really rare in my opinion, that I hope that Lionel got. Like I really, really hope that we get a Blue Goose. I'm really, really hoping that would just be insane in my opinion. And then what would you like to see Lionel make in the future? Okay. So Lark, we're kind of getting into that right now. So as you know, or maybe you don't know yet, well, I am a huge Santa Fe guy. I'm a Southwest guy. I love Southern Pacific, Union Pacific, um, Santa Fe. But depending on like where I've lived, going through books, videos that I watched as a kid, just overall through the United States. If I like it, I'll get it typically. But we're kind of hitting on that right now. I hope Lionel got the dies for the Blue Goose, and I think what I'm going to do here, hold on, MTH Blue, uncomment Blue Goose. I think if MTH sold this, this locomotive, if Lionel comes out with this, that is going to be a humongous home run because this locomotive was absolutely gorgeous. And it is gorgeous. Like, and if you're an MTH guy or gal, like, and you have this in your collection, you know what you have. Like, it's that good of a set. It's beautiful. Um, Also, in my opinion, I think what's really, really beautiful is this Hudson. I just think it's a really, really beautiful Hudson. Um, I would like to see if Lionel is going to be coming out with that too. And that's just Santa Fe. Uh, what's interesting though, when it comes to brass hybrids, and I'm going to do a video at a later time, or like in a couple of weeks, or maybe like a month, on videos that the ones that got away. And the one that got away from me is the Visionline GS1. I have been looking religiously, eBay, Stout, OGR, so on and so forth, for that locomotive. And I can't find it. I know people who have it, and it's gorgeous. I just saw a video today of a buddy of mine who's in St. Louis who has an amazing layout, and he just highlighted all Southern Pacific stuff. He has two Visionline GS1s, double heading, absolutely beautiful. Let's see what else. I think there is one specific locomotive that my dad really, really, really loves looking at, and I can't remember the exact locomotive that it is, but I'm gonna do me a favor. Um, okay, I found it. The EMD FP45. So EMD FP45. I think I'd like to see that locomotive come from Lionel, in my opinion. I think Lionel, if they came out with that, I'd get it. Let's see. I'd like to see Lionel make a New York and Central H10 Heavy Mikados, and then the Mohawks. And then we'll get a 2933. I think, isn't the NYC 2933? Yes. So a friend of mine told me like this is actually the only surviving Mohawk that's in existence now. So yeah, I mean, if you're a New York Central guy or gal, like that's a beautiful locomotive for sure. Translation: if they make a blue goose, uh, I might be a yeah. Very true. I mean, we all have that feeling like when we get the locomotive that we really truly love, and we just like, I can't believe it's here. Like when the Santa Fe locomotive comes out, it's gonna be an amazing video. I might tear up because there's a whole story I'm gonna get into it when I do that video, and it's gonna be beautiful. And it just, when you have those locomotives that just mean something to you, it's awesome. In all seriousness, that would be a smash hit, especially if they pull out all the Lakes features. Yeah, Lark, if they do that set, they'll pull out all the bells and whistles. Literally. I mean, that's where the saying comes from when it comes to steam locomotives. Um, but yeah, I mean, 2023 was great, and I can only imagine what 2024 is going to bring. Yes. Hey, Toby. Perfect. Yes, they, in my opinion as well, Reading 2102. Yes. I strongly agree with you that they need to bring this back. Actually, so if you see on YouTube, his name is the Rambles. He actually is a huge Reading guy, as the Rambles name states. But he actually painted his 2102, which is an MTH T1, to look like Reading and Northern 2102. And then he also had that double heading with Blue Mountain Reading 425. Actually, so here's one that if we were to do another Reading locomotive, I would actually I would want this one. So again, if you used to watch videos back in the day, like in the 90s and stuff, there was a Blue Mountain and Reading video that highlighted 425 and 2102. There was a Blue Mountain Reading number 425 was black at one point, and this specific, I personally love the way that this locomotive looks, and just probably with the amount of feeling I had towards that video and just, play, rewind, play, rewind, I would definitely probably get that locomotive in that paint scheme. And then New York Central 3000. Let's see what that one looks like. I like this, guys and gals, like that we're doing, okay. Yes, this one. Well, I thought this was the one that I thought this was the other Mohawk, or is that that's a Mohawk 482, right? I think it is. Yeah, 482. Yeah, they need to do that one too. There's a second one. Okay, so there's a second one. Thank you, Matt. I just was confused like a little bit. I didn't know which one, which one there is and which one there's not. Western Maryland 734's tender came from a Mohawk, and the Reading 12101's water tower came from Mohawk. There's also an Elkhart. Okay. Yes. So hey, Matt, you know a lot of this history when it comes to the Mohawks. 2101's tender was either from an L3 or L4. Okay. That's actually actually hold on. What locomotive am I thinking of that I would like to see? So I'm going to say this, and I'm just predicting. And you hear Eric and you hear of RBP saying this as well. That I think they're hinting at it because again they both went to Lionel. I think Lionel got the triplex, and I think the next really really big locomotive that's going to come out is the triplex. I really think that this is going to be like the next big Vision Line locomotive is going to be the triplex. I'm just wondering because it's not going to be it's going to be kind of new tooling, but it's going to be purchase tooling. But I think this is going to be a big one. And then also, we're about to be in 2025 in about 2 years, so 125 years in the making. I think Lionel will come out with a Vision Line Hudson again. If you guys remember, so demos with Dave said that you get a new Vision Line locomotive and then you get a rerun, every other year. We just got a rerun of the Big Boy. We got a we got a rerun of the Challenger a couple of years ago. What else did we get a rerun of? We got a rerun of the 21010 too. I don't think we're ever going to see a rerun of the Vision Line Givo. Who knows? Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. If they do, as a guy who's really needing a front pilot of a diecast ES44, I really hope that Lionel does come out with that because I would pay just for the front pilot. I do think for the 125th anniversary, Lionel's going to come out with the Vision Line Hudson again. And in my opinion, this is what I think it might look like. I think they might make it look very similar to this. That's just my opinion. If you guys saw the 115th, this was like a very platinum looking one, platinum, Burke, and then for the 120th, you had that Vision Line locomotive, right? So it seems like every big mile mark that Lionel, not the big book, even though we can go back to it and look at 29, 26. Every big milestone that we have from Lionel, we get a beautiful looking locomotive. I think, in my opinion, I think we're going to get another Vision Line Hudson. That's just my opinion. Let's see. You know what would be? Oh, hold on. You know what would be really appropriate for 125 years? A Vision Line, New York Central S motor Vision Line, or a Milwaukee Road bipolar, or a Vision Line New Haven box cab, paint in the colors of their pre-war counterparts. That would actually be a really good. Hold on, let me see what that looks like. So that's so very similar to their pre-war counterparts. I think Lionel did. They did a set like, yeah, this one right here, this tin plate one. Lionel came out with this tin plate set, but this is an S2. So they came out with this one when was this one back in the catalog? 2017. So if they came out with something like that in Invisalign, maybe with like the diaphragms going up and down, that would be really really neat. I think that would be really really cool. And then what's the other one that you're saying? A bipolar. Yeah, so those bipolars, yeah, the Milwaukee. Ooh, maybe they purchased that from MTH too, but yeah, well no, they didn't have to. Lionel Legacy bipolars. They came out with these earlier. When did they come out with these? 2008. Wow. It has been a hot minute since they came out with those. Um, if Lionel came out with those, what they could do is very similar to the GG1 where they had the raising pantographs, but then also the flickering LEDs in the pantographs. That would be pretty cool. I think they're hinting at 2101, 2102 with 1309 in this catalog, being that it was debuted in 2021 and then now in 2022 with the 2102. I do think so too. Um, what I do enjoy though that Lionel is doing is Lionel is doing these restoration versions with the gloss paint scheme. So, however, I don't know if if they would do that one in a gloss paint scheme because I know that Reading 2102 had gloss out of the shops. So I'm wondering how they would do that. But there's like a lot of added details that I know the Rambles put on his tender and stuff like that. And with this catalog, what we and the other catalogs in this last year or this whole year, what we've seen is that these catalogs they highlight restored or in the process of getting restored locomotives and rolling stock. And for people who are in the hobby who live near those items or those locomotives and cars, it means something to them because they physically are seeing it. They're taking their children to it. They're going on them themselves. Um, I do think that Lionel is listening to its consumers when when they bring out products like this. But yeah, the 1309 that was a beast of a locomotive. Lionel was gonna do a standard gauge bipolar in the pre-war area, but then backed up the 11 hour with the prototype was made, but it was never went through production. Ooh. So you're saying that there's a prototype made. I wonder if that prototype ever survived, which have you ever seen old Lionel like prototypes? They are pretty insane. I think one prototype specifically that looking back at the price in now today's market was for a prototype, in my opinion, is not like a lot of it's a lot anything's a lot of money. But if you're a collector in post-war, wasn't the craziest expensive, was Neil Young's 773 post-war prototype Hudson. That was an incredible prototype. Let's see. They do keep them there with steam locomotives fresh. Yep. So wait, hold on. Did I get the wrong? Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, Lark, you're talking about that they didn't make it into a CNO paint scheme. Okay, I think I was kind of confused. I was like, wait, I thought they did come out with 1309. No, in an old, prototypical looking paint scheme. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. I'm kind of surprised in that now too. Yet they made the 13. Yeah, okay, there we go. I see it every day. I live right next to the steam shop. LOL. I bet so, Toby, I bet when you hear that whistle, I bet it sounds insane. Oh, honestly, like if you're in an area where there's steam locomotives and you're hearing that whistle, it's like you're being transported back in the 50s. Like that's just an amazing thing. Uh, Oh, an MTH Climax locomotive. Hold on. MTH Climax. Oh, guys and gals. Hold on. Oh, you know what, Toby? You put a really. I think what we'll do, we'll go on for another 5 more minutes. Um, you put a really good comment in, guys and gals. Check this out. Can you imagine if Lionel got the tooling for this locomotive with all of this separate rod detailing right here? That would be a really, really beautiful locomotive. Holy cow. That would be insane. And honestly, I haven't seen a Shea locomotive um, from Lionel in a while, it seems like. And actually, one of them just got on the market from trains.com and it sold like that. It wasn't online for long. But yeah, if they got the molds to that. Oh, if you have not seen or gone on Facebook on Lionel's page with the Greenbrier, do me a favor, take a look at the locomotive and then take a look at like the eccentric rod, the front of the like the where the rods go inside the cylinders. Lionel is getting all those details correct. And here, let me show you. So this is the one that I have currently right now. It doesn't have all the detailing that I was kind of wondering about. They are getting this detail right, and I'm really really happy. This is blinded by the light again. Um, Lionel's getting all that separate deep raw detailing in there correct, and if they're doing it on this C&O locomotive, and in my last video that I did on like my pre-orders, one thing that I'm hoping that they're going to do on the 2926 is we go to the well, because they did it in the catalog picture, so I would only hope that they would do it. That's the Rail King version. Um, well, here I'll just show like the all this raw detailing right here. MTH did it. If Lionel's doing it, which they're doing in their Greenbriers, that's going to be even better. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, I've been missing out on a lot of comments. Um, it was in the collection of LaRouche, and who had a ton of Lionel prototypes. Oh, a Lionel boy set. So, Matt, I only know of one boy set that was actually sold from Stouts. And I think it was like for $66,000 with the buyer's premium. So if it was a full boy set, that's insane. I need I'm gonna look up this guy's collection. Um because when you hear of like prototypes that are out there or like service station stuff in the post-war community, it doesn't make ripples, it makes waves in the community for sure. Um did a Willamette? Let me see, what is that? Oh, Willamette. Willamette. Wow. Yeah, if they did a Willamette, uh, you know, this one, so what he's talking about is this one. So he's talking about this one, with those gigantic smokestacks. Wow, that would be an insane looking locomotive. That would be cool with all this like cool raw detailing. That would be sweet. All right, let's see what else. I'm gonna kind of hit it hard and like with these last couple comments as we get into it. Just mess with the people who wanted to Shay. Yes, then they could do the Cass Railroad #9. Yes, I do think that as well. Like they need to go back to the like those really cool steam locomotives, like with all those like really cool raw detailing stuff like that with the moving parts in the climax. Well, hey, so everybody, we made it to an hour and 5 minutes. So if you think about it, part one was 2 hours. Part one was 2 hours. Part two was an hour and 5 minutes. So we've had 3 good hours of just trains and talking about them and fellowship. And this is just great. It's catalog day. So again, I hope you guys had a great time, being here with me in catalog day. And like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely hit subscribe button. We actually just hit 1,000 subscribers just a couple of days ago. Actually, over the weekend, we're going to be doing a great video for our 1,000 video. And I mean, this journey with you guys and gals has been amazing. And I truly do like and / love doing these videos. Like, this is something I never thought I was going to do, but I just took a shot at it. Now doing these great catalog day unboxings and or not unboxings, but unveilings. These are great. But what you're going to have to stick around for is, what are we all ordering? So take a look at the catalog, take a look at all the items, and then ask yourself, what am I going to order within the Lionel 2023 Volume 2 catalog? I'm going to challenge people. I'm going to post in my community, hey, what do you think I'm going to be ordering, and see like what you guys come up with. And then in a couple of weeks, like when the pre-orders are closed, I'll do another pre-orders ordering and stuff like that. Well, like I said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Be safe. Happy railroading. Happy catalog day. Lionel, you did great job. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, my name is Will, and I hope you guys had a great time. Happy catalog day. Take care.